Peace, 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 family. Welcome back to another Saturday book review. I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. My name is Michael Jordan, aka the Sirius Alchemist. Welcome back to another book review. Today is right dab in the middle of the winter solstice. So I was kind of curious about I was like, Mike, what book you gonna review this week, man? And so Spirit gave me a good one. And it was it's one of the ones Bobby used to recommend all the time, and it's called Hermetic Magic by Stephen Edric Flowers, PhD. The postmodern magical papyrus of ABARIS. This book family is a jewel, and I know you say, Mike, you always say that, man. You always every book you say is a jewel, but this one right here, family, is a jewel, because when Bobby first mentioned this book to me about maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years ago, I think it was. When I got it, Bobby was like, it takes the melanated beings to activate this ancient work. Only the deeply melanated beings on planet Kai can activate this magic in this book, right? So to make a long story short, when I got the book, I started studying it real heavy. You know what I'm saying? When I get these books, I study them like a case study. You feel me? To me, it's like a case study. So when I get them, I dive in. So I started looking into the rituals, right? There's a page on here. There's a page on page 219. There's a ritual called Dream Oracle. How to dream more vivid dreams and how to recall your dreams and how to interpret your dreams, right? And then there's also a ritual for dream revelation. So I started looking at these rituals, right? And like Bobby said, when you add whatever comes out of your mind to the ritual, that's what activates the shit, right? So when I start adding what came out of my mind, what was coming up out of my DNA with the ritual, shit start activating, shit start happening. I was like, oh shit. It's like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So this shit really works, family. I'm not coming to give you, shit. And matter of fact, this shit is scholarship. This is Stephen Edric Flowers, PhD. So, you know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to know this ain't no bullcrap. So I want to read something from the back, family, like I always do. But I'm really excited about us being in the winter solstice. It's a really exciting time for the melanated family all around the globe. It's a really, really powerful time. It's a really exciting time, and not because of, the Christmas holiday. No, something bigger than that. Something greater than that. You know what I'm saying? So Spirit gave me this book to bring to the family. Hermetic Magic, the postmodern magical papyrus of ABARIS. I'm going to go ahead and read the back, like I always do, family. The technical formulas of the Hermetic tradition of magic have been well documented, but they are barely known to the community of modern magicians. Authentic Hermetic formulas concealed in magical papyri of Egypt have great potency, representing the first known attempt to forge many traditions of magic into a unified system. In Hermetic magic, Flowers reveals the secrets of this down-to-earth form of magic that originated some 1,500 to 2,000 years ago. Now, Sirius students can use this information as a basis for developing, and enacting their own vision. Flowers, a scholar and magician, has organized this book into 4 parts: history, theory, practice, and operation. In the form of the text of the magical papyrus of ABARIS, enabling students to proceed through these stages as they study the material. By exploring both theory and practice, students will develop their own individual teachings or methods of magic. Included are extensive appendices outlining recipes for paints and purification for use in ritual practice, days for divination, lunar positions for workings, a systematic listing of magical poetic names of herbs, the pronunciation and writing of Greek letters, a glossary of divine names, and an index of common magical formulas. Family, listen to me. You got to put this one in your library, because when you get it and you start going through these rituals, right? And I'm telling you, add your own shit to this stuff. Whatever come out your head, whatever come out your DNA, add it to this ritual. That's what activates the shit. That's what activates the shit. I'm telling y'all, this shit works. I only mess with stuff that gives me results. You know what I'm saying? Like Bobby used to say, I mess with all things dark and deadly. You feel me? It's what it is. So, yeah. So I would suggest not to use it for low vibrational things. You know what I'm saying? For money and, love spells and all that. That's real low vibrational stuff. Because even a fool got money. You know what I'm saying? Money ain't, it is what it is. We, pay your bills and all that with it. But, whatever, to each his own. But I would suggest not to use this on low vibrational stuff, to use it to understand the universe or the omniverse, you know what I'm saying, in which you live, in which we live, the laws that sustain these omniverses, and how to become God within this omniverse, right? Yeah, that's the kind of magic that you should be doing, to higher your vibration, to higher your understanding, so you can understand it. You can really understand this stuff. And if you don't, I'm gonna say this to all those out there who don't. If you don't understand something, ask the question. Never be afraid to ask the question why, because remember, this is your information. This information was kept here by custodians until you woke up to get it, right? Now it's here for you to get it. But don't be doing stuff that you don't understand. Saying all these magical so-called words. And a lot of it's just words. If you don't understand it, don't say it. If you don't understand it, read, study until you get it, and then apply it. That's how you get shit to work. But if you're just out here hoping and buying all these robes and fans, that don't work. It don't work that way. You got to study. You got to do the work. You got to put in some work, family. You got to put in some work to make this stuff work for you. And this stuff does work for you. But I'm going to read a little bit of part of the history in here. And this is called the Gnostic Stream, what I'm going to read from, right? And this is pretty heavy and pretty profound information. So, you know what I'm saying? Listen up. The ultimate roots of the ideology common known as Gnosticism are in Iranian dualism. But beyond this, Gnosticism was essentially shaped by a mixture of philosophical, theological, and mythological streams from Zoroastrianism, Judaism, and Platonism, mystery religions, Egyptian magic, and philosophy, as well as the recently emergent Christianity. Gnosticism is unlike the original Iranian model in the belief that the world or physical universe is actually the creation of the evil, dark spirit, not just the zone between the spirits of light and darkness. For the Gnostic, material creation is and of itself evil and must therefore, for the Gnostic, excuse me, let me say it, slow down so I say this right. For the Gnostic, material creation is in and of itself evil and must therefore be the result of a creative act on the part of an evil god. In the time between the 1st and 2nd centuries, the period of Gnostic foundations, there were actually dozens of major schools of Gnosticism, including those of Simon Magus, Basilides, Marcion Valentinus, and sects, example, the Canaanites, the Barbarites, the Scythians, the Ophites, and the Borborians. One of the major reasons for this tremendous plurality of systems is the fact that Gnostics did not attempt to unify their doctrines into an orthodox system, but rather encouraged the creation of diverse schools of thought. Now that's very important, family, because Christianity comes out of Gnosticism. Gnosticism is a spiritual system. Christianity is an exoteric system, which came out of Gnosticism. Gnosticism is the real stuff. Christianity got their stuff from the Gnostics, which was ancient pre-dynastic Egyptian, right? So let me go on. Gnostic sects are especially difficult to study and understand because The creation of differing systems was part of the initiation into these schools at the highest levels. Leaders were encouraged to innovate and generate more sects, but there are certain common characteristics among most of them which make them Gnostic, which mean Gnostic, which comes from the word gnosis. Gnosis, which is where Genesis comes from. Genesis is the genes of Isis, right? And Gnosis, which is Gnosis, is the genes of Isis. Same thing. So that's where the story comes from. So when you get this book, you understand that. And you know what I'm saying? You can go deeper and delve into it. But let's go on. Most major Gnostic sects adhere to a group of tenets headed by dualism. That is a strict dichotomy between spirit, or that which is good and created by God, and matter, or that which is evil and created and ruled by the archons. Another tenet is that of the absolute transcendence of God. God, as the father of the spirit, is in no way contaminated by the matter of this world. A third idea is that of gnosis, of gnosis itself. Salvation is gained by gnosis, knowledge of a super rational, experiential kind. This is not intellectual knowledge. This is not intellectual knowledge as commonly thought of, but a direct comprehension of the transcendent absolute God. A fourth tenet is that of election. The individual Gnostic is called or elected to a status from the transcendent source of light beyond the cosmos. A fifth cosmological idea is that of the aeons, cycles of existence, that act as gradual barriers between this world and the realm of transcendent light. Some of these tenets are, in some form, shared by other schools of thought, such as Stoicism and Neoplatonism. And true Hermeticism incorporates some of them also, but this particular combination of factors sets Gnostic schools apart from all others. Gnostic sects hold that the material world is ruled by an evil force, and most say that the material world is actually the creation of the evil demiurge. Surprisingly enough, when Gnostic thinking is applied to the Judeo-Semitic myth of Genesis, an understanding completely contrary to the conventional interpretation emerges. In the Gnostic mind, Yahweh, Elohim of Genesis, is identified as a demiurge, creator of this world, that is, the evil one. Yahweh, also called Ialdabaoth by many Gnostic sects, created the world and the natural parts of humanity, but tried to keep humankind in slavery and darkness, separate from the transcendent light. The savior of humanity is the serpent. In Hebrew, he was called Nakash, who is the bringer of light from beyond the cosmos, especially those schools that extol the virtues of the serpent. Example, the Ophites, right? And the Nassenes, right? Who the Greek rendering of is Nakash also, in Hebrew is Nakash, of the serpent, who could easily be identified on a superficial level as practitioners of the left-hand path. Their spiritual aim is to become God-men in life and to maintain their identities as spiritual entities as they pass through the aeon to reach the ultimate source of life. Some see this as the true initiation of Christ, or the imitatio of Christ, or the initiation of Christ, or the Christ, or the Christ, or the Christos, or the Krishna. You see what I'm saying? So family, there's a reason why Spirit had me do this book review on this Saturn's day. You feel me? We're going to give a shout out to Mama Saturn. Today is her day. You feel me? So shout out to Mama Saturn. But yeah, family, get this book, Hermetic Magic. Edited and introduced by Stephen Edited Flowers, PhD. You can't go wrong with getting this book. And like I said, family, you activate it by adding your own stuff, whatever comes out of you. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, because there's a new earth coming. There's a new world to come. This world we live in is on its way out, family. I know that's hard for some of y'all to grasp, but this world we live in is on its way out. The powers that were are scared, shaking in their boots. They fighting, they warring, they doing all kinds of things, but the right thing, right? So family, get this book, Hermetic Magic. My name is Michael Jordan, AKA the Sirius Alchemist. If you would like a reading from me, I'll leave my email down in the description box. Hit me up in the email. If you like the content, please smash that like button, family, because that like button helps me get in the algorithms. I got my content's going up, 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 but my likes ain't going up. Family, hit and smash them likes up for a brother. And if you want to be notified every time I drop a video, hit that little bell. You know what I'm saying? You'll be notified every time I drop. You feel me? And if you would like a reading from me, like I said, hit me up in the email again. Again, my name is Michael Jordan. I'm the Sirius Alchemist. Peace.